Well, you finally did it. You defended your thesis, the big celebrations have officially wrapped up, and the dust has settled. But if you're like most newly minted PhDs out there, you're probably looking around at the academic landscape and thinking, okay, what exactly comes next? You know, there is so much post-PhD confusion floating around, and in this breakdown, we are going to clear it all up. We're talking about the postdoc. And I really want to be crystal clear right from the jump here. A postdoc is not just another degree, it is a vital professional launchpad for your entire career. Here is our roadmap for today. We'll be walking through what a postdoc actually is, how they're funded, why you should pursue one, the global fellowships available, and finally, the crucial things to ask before you accept. Let's dive right in. Section 1, what is a postdoc? Simply put, a postdoctoral position is a temporary research appointment that you take on after completing your PhD. But notice the absolute key word here, funded. Right? This is not tuition-based study. You aren't paying to be there as a student anymore. It's a funded position. The whole design of this role is to help you, the researcher, become far more independent. So instead of taking classes, your focus shifts entirely to producing publications, securing grants, contributing to teaching, and aggressively building out your professional network. It's honestly a massive mindset shift. Think about it. When you're a PhD researcher, your main goal is to learn research methods. You're classified as a student, you're supervised pretty closely, your funding is typically a scholarship, and the ultimate endgame is just to earn your degree. But as a postdoc, everything changes. You are now a professional researcher. Your goal is to actually lead and expand research. You're operating with so much more independence, you're getting a salary or a fellowship, and your ultimate outcome is to build a long-term research career. You're shifting from that student mindset to a full-on professional mindset. Now, transitioning to that level of professional independence sounds amazing, right? But to actually get there, we really need to untangle the logistics of how this system operates behind the scenes. Section 2. How are postdocs funded? It is literally the most crucial question you can ask because, let's be real for a second, exposure doesn't pay the rent. Who is paying for your research? Figuring out academic survival means realizing that where your money comes from entirely dictates how you work. So there are 4 common funding models. If you are professor funded, the money comes from a research grant, and the project is going to be led closely by the principal investigator. But if you land a university fellowship, it's paid by the institute itself, and you usually get to share the research direction. Now, if you manage to secure an external fellowship, like from a government or a major foundation, you gain significantly more independence. Finally, if you are industry funded by a private sector partner, your research is going to have a very applied, industry-specific focus. So the absolutely crucial takeaway here is this. Your funding source directly influences your independence, your research direction, and your long-term career growth. The money is not just a paycheck. It dictates the actual boundaries of your scientific freedom. Understanding this is vital before making your next career move. Now that we know what a postdoc is and who pays for it, we have to explore the really interesting symbiotic relationship that makes this whole system tick. Section 3, why pursue a postdoc? First up, what do you actually get out of it? Well, the benefits to the researcher are huge. You get the dedicated time and resources to aggressively build up your publication record. You get to develop international networks that will literally serve you for decades. Plus, you gain critical, hands-on teaching and grant writing experience. Ultimately, you are beefing up your academic CV for those super competitive faculty positions, increasing your specialization, and successfully making that leap from supervised student to independent scientist. But hey, it's a two-way street. What does a university get? Well, hosting postdocs means a massive increase in research output and publications for the institution. It brings them expanded international collaborations, and more importantly, highly effective postdocs bring in additional grant income and add immense prestige. You're providing essential support for large-scale projects, you're contributing to teaching and mentoring the junior students, and all of this culminates in improved institutional rankings and visibility for the university. You need them, and they absolutely need you. Okay, so we get the mutual benefits. Let's zoom out now to the global stage and look at the broader ecosystem. Section 4, roles and global fellowships. To succeed out there, you really have to know who the players are. As the postdoc, your responsibility is the research, the publications, collaboration, and mentoring. Above you is the principal investigator, or PI, who leads the project, supervises the team, and manages those grants. Then there's the university, which provides the facilities, your affiliation, and overall oversight. The funding agency is the entity actually writing the checks for the grants or fellowships. And finally, the broader research team is there to support the actual day-to-day project execution. It's like a giant puzzle, and it's a highly interconnected ecosystem. Now, What's truly incredible here is the sheer scale of global mobility available to you. These are the major international fellowships. You've got the Marie Skłodowska-Curie Actions over in Europe, which is huge on international mobility. The Fulbright Scholar Program in the US emphasizes research and academic exchange. Over in Germany, the Humboldt Research Fellowship is fantastic for independent research collaboration. The UK offers the Newton International Fellowship for early career researchers globally. And in the Americas, the OAS, or Organization of American States, focuses heavily on regional academic development. The world is literally open to you. Taking a moment to absorb all of this is vital. Why? Because understanding these diverse postdoctoral systems and global opportunities is exactly what helps you make highly informed academic decisions. You aren't just looking for a job. You are choosing an environment that will shape the trajectory of your entire life's work. Which brings us to our final, highly practical step. We are going to give you the actionable next steps for securing the right role.
Section 5. Before you accept.
Okay, if you're ready to start hunting, here is exactly where you should look. Start with university research office websites. Tap into your current academic networks and ask your supervisors. Word of mouth is huge in academia, seriously. Utilize platforms like ResearchGate and LinkedIn. If you are eyeing Europe, Your Access is an incredible resource. And definitely don't forget to check directly with scholarship agencies as well as professional academic associations in your specific field.
But hold on, once you find an opportunity and they actually make you an offer, you have to hit pause. What are the absolute most important questions to ask before accepting a postdoc? You have to protect your career, and that means running through a strict checklist.
First up, who exactly funds the position? Second, is it a salary with real benefits, or is it just a stipend? Third, what are the concrete publication expectations? Fourth, and this is big, what level of independence are you actually allowed? Like, will you just be a lab manager or a true independent researcher? Fifth, does the position provide necessary visa and health support for you and maybe your family? And finally, what career opportunities typically follow from this specific lab or position? Asking these questions is absolutely essential before you sign a single thing.
I want to leave you with this really powerful reflection from our source material. A postdoc is not another degree. It is a transition into professional research leadership. It is all about stepping out of the shadows of your advisors and finally into your own spotlight. So as you look at all the options laid out in front of you, I'll leave you with this final thought. Are you ready to stop being a student and finally step into the leadership of tomorrow's research?